welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about a baby wrap that I have absolutely fell in love with recently because I just had baby number 3 and I was struggling because I needed something for the newborn stage, especially to help me out because she always wanted to be carried and I felt like every time I put her down she was fussy. So I really needed something that was comfortable not only for her but me, and I wanted something that was affordable, and I definitely cannot recommend this wrap enough. But before we get into it, please don't forget to subscribe and I hope you like this video. So this wrap is actually by Keababies, so that's K-E-A Babies, and it runs for about, you know, I found it for $27 on Amazon, but I think you can find it for like 30 something on at Target. It's the best one that I found off of watching lots of reviews that had the fabric that I was looking for. I have tried other wraps before, one in particular. This one is by 7. It was given to me. It's a really cute one, but I just found that the fabric just, I don't know, I just couldn't get it to work with this. I'm gonna keep trying, but it was given to me. Super cute design. I didn't know too much about that baby brand, but I decided to research some because I really wanted it to work for me. Watched tons of tutorials and found out that it's all about the fabric that you use. So this one is a knit wrap. So they have woven and knit, but this is knit. So you want it to have just the right amount of stretch. Honestly, the thinner but without being too thin is the best, especially if you don't want it to get too hot. I live in Florida, so I thought this one was really nice given the price point. Most of these are usually $60 to $70 or more, and I thought this was a really good buy for considering I only paid $27 from Amazon, and I will definitely link it below in my Amazon storefront. So I'm going to talk to you about the pros and cons of baby wraps. This one in particular, like I said, I've only tried this one by Keababies and this one by 7, but most of them are pretty much the same gist. It's a long piece of fabric that you have to tie around you. You can do a newborn hold, which is what I'm going to show you in this video, or you can do one for a, you know, bigger baby. I believe this can hold up to about 30 pounds or so. Just check with before, you know, when you buy it, if that's something that concerns you, just check to see how much you know, how big your baby can be to hold the weight. But definitely fabric is doing it right, so you want to make sure it takes practice. This takes practice. It definitely looks intimidating, which it did to me, and that's why, you know, I tried it with my second child. Was like not gonna do it. It wasn't that big of a deal for me, but now with my third child, I desperately needed something. I have a Tula baby carrier, but I don't have an infant insert for it, so I do use that when the baby gets older. And then I also have an Infantino one, which I can use as a newborn, but I just feel like she would be more comfortable every day in something like this. So what I do is I tie this on and I put her in it, and she could be fussy or whatever, and she instantly gets calm and she falls asleep in this. And I can do most things around the house, and I'll show you once I get it all tied up. I'll show you how baby girl looks in it. So basically, the pros to this is that it's comfortable. It's lightweight. You thought I heard my baby. It's comfortable, it's lightweight. I'm gonna be getting her in a minute. And you can wear this almost anywhere. You know what I mean? Like you can, I live in Florida, so what I'll do is I'll tie it up. I've worn it to the grocery store, so that way I don't have to like mess with tying it up and getting it on the floor or something like that. So if I know that I'm going to be going out and I'm going to be using it, I usually tie it in the morning, especially when I'm around the house. That way, you know, because right now I'm good at it, but if you aren't used to it, it could take you a good 3 to 5 minutes to put this on. So it's very comfortable for baby. It promotes good hip growth, distributes their weight evenly. So it's all good for that. It comes in tons of cute little designs. You just got to find the one that works for you. But if you're looking for one that to me works and is affordable, you need to go with this one. Baby's comfortable. I think it's good to just have options. If you are more of a strap, you know, buckle carrier person, then, you know, that's fine. I like that too for certain things. Like if I'm going to be out at Disney all day, you know, I might want to have something like that, because I'm probably not going to be at Disney with a newborn. This, for me, I like the most for the newborn stage till about 4 months, and then I would usually switch to a carrier. But who knows? Like I said, this is my first time really loving wraps, so we'll see how I will how it will go once she's like 4 or 5 months. Who knows? But for the newborn stage, this is a must-have in my book. So yes, that has to be the main pro for me, is that it's comfortable for you, it's comfortable for baby. It's easy just to wear it all day, and just whenever you need to pick up your baby, you put her in there. It doesn't feel like strappy and uncomfortable. That's the main pro. Con of this is that it can take it can take a little bit to get the hang of, and this is why I put it on in the beginning of the day if I know I'm going to be using it, versus, you know, if my baby's fussy and I'm trying to put this on, you know, yeah, I could put it on in like 2 to 3 minutes, but I wouldn't want to do that. I would rather just have it on, so that way I can just pick her up and put it in there. And depending on what carrier you have, it could be easier or just as you know, take just as much time. So that might not be a con for anyone, but that's the only thing that with wraps, to me, I feel like I'm fairly good at it, but even being fairly good at it, it's not something that's just like fast, like boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean? It can take 2 to 3 minutes. I'm pretty fast at it, and the more you do it, the more you get comfortable at it. And it just really depends on preference. So what you want to do is you want to make sure, so it's this big long fabric, and this is one of the things that I was doing wrong, is I wasn't folding it. Now we're going to do a newborn hold. So you want to make sure you find the logo. So this is Keababies. Find the logo, and you want to fold it. So we're going to fold it like this, kind of just like put your arms out. That's just so you kind of have a good hand on it. Then you're going to put it, I like to put it, you want to make sure you have it high enough. That's another thing that's important. So my belly button's here, so I just make sure the logo is like right a little bit above my belly button. Tie it around. So as you're tying it, you're crisscrossing it in the back. So I'm going to stand in the back. So I have it here, you crisscross it. Then what I do is I take this fabric, push it along over my shoulders, make sure that you're keeping it spread out. Okay, because having it spread out is what is very important. Then I take this fabric and put it along my shoulders. I want to make sure that it's spread out. So then you're just making a big X, and I kind of just go along it here. Make sure that it's spread out. To me, I feel like it works better when it's spread out. Then I kind of just tug on it up here to make sure that it's tight enough. Because it may seem like it's too tight, but that's why it's stretchy. So then you kind of have this, you have this little opening here. Then you want to make sure it's spread out over your shoulders. This is important because that's what kind of holds it and holds the baby. So spread out around your shoulders. Then take both of them, you tuck it, it'll just hit myself in the face. You tuck it here and pull it down. So then you got both of these underneath. Just keeping it spread it out. So I'm doing it slow because I want to show you. I want to show you how it is, but you can definitely do this faster. And then I kind of just adjust everything. So essentially, this is the first part that you put around your stomach. You have an opening. You wrapped it around. It's crisscrossed in the back, making sure the fabric is spread out. And then you just still have these 2 long pieces. You want to fold it. And then this is where you pretty much just, you can tie it anywhere. So I always like to make sure you don't want to have it tied around your hip. If you're doing the newborn hold, you want to make sure their head is in your chest. So if you tie it too low, then the newborn is not going, she's going to like slip down here. So just want to make sure that you tie it. Ooh. So you want to crisscross it, wrap it around your back a couple times, and I just firmly pull it up, making sure that I'm tying it near around where my belly button is. I usually just tie it off to the side. You can tie it in the front, you can tie it in the back, however you want to do it. There it is, voila. So I'm gonna go get Miss Sky in a minute, and I'm gonna show you how she's in. So it kind of looks like a shirt a little bit. So key factors, just to kind of go over. You want to make sure that you're, for the newborn hold, that it's, your belly's here, that you're tying it where your belly is. You want to make sure, obviously, it's folded. All your openings are facing towards your body. Facing towards your body. And that everything is spread out as much as you can get it. So it's going to take a few tries, but those are the key factors that I have found that has helped the most. You know, another con is sometimes with the wraps, you know, especially if you don't get it tight enough, once you have your baby in there, my baby is 10 pounds at this point, she's a month old. Once you have your baby in there, when you're doing stuff throughout the day, they tend to slip down. One thing that is kind of like, it's not a deal breaker to me, but they kind of just slip down and you might just have to adjust it and get it tight again. But you just want to make sure that your baby, I'll show you better once she's napping right now, so I'm about to go get her. You want to just make sure that her head is in your chest, that you can give her a kiss, and you want to make sure that when you're going around the house that you always have like a hand on her. I mean, you could definitely be free hand, but you know, you just want to make sure you're supporting their head, especially if they're a newborn. Now I'm only going to be doing the newborn hug in this video, but as I go along with my baby and I try some different wraps, the ones with their legs are out and things like that, then I will definitely update you. But right now I am absolutely loving the newborn hold. So I'm gonna go get baby girl and I'm gonna show you how she looks in this. Okay, so here's Miss Sky. She just woke up from her nap. Say hi, Sky. Oh, she's like blinded. Okay, so I'm gonna put her over here on my left shoulder. So you wanna find the one that's close, so the crisscross fabric that's closer to your body. So this is the one that's closer to my body. It's open. So I kind of like put her on my shoulder and put her in a little froggy position, because that's what the newborn hold is. They're in a froggy position. You want to slide her in carefully, making sure you're holding her head and kind of just wiggle her in there. Yeah. Yep. Making sure you're wiggling her in there. So she's in one side. Then you want to take the top part of the other one and so go around her, bringing it all the way through. Right, Sky? Yep. Okay, so you see how her head is on my chest, and I kind of wiggle her around, make sure she's comfortable. Then you take where the tag is, so that opening of where the tag is right here, and you push it over her. So then she's completely covered. Now it just depends, you're just gonna get your baby comfortable. But you see how I'm holding her head is right on my chest. Now depending on what way she wants to hold her head, you also have support. So if she wants to lay, right now she just woke up, so I don't know if she wants to lay down. But you can kind of put this one over her head. So you can put that over her head, or she can turn the other way and you can put this one over her head. And then I usually just, she took it out. She doesn't really want to lay down right now, but you can put, if they're taking a nap, you can put this over their head so it's protected. So there it is. This is the newborn hug. So I feel really good. What is going on? And she loves this. And I just kind of bounce her when she's being fussy. I just bounce her around, making sure, you want to make sure all their airways are not closed off. She just woke up from a nap, so she's kind of wiggly right now. But 9 times out of 10, most babies love this. So they're in a froggy position. I have support from my shoulders, that's what's very important. I can be completely hands-free and do things around the house. I especially love this in the mornings when I need to get ready and she's being fussy. I can do my makeup, make coffee, whatever, and I feel perfectly happy. I'm doing this because she's like wiggling. They feel perfectly happy. Or if I need to get my other kids ready, I have 2 other ones, they feel perfectly happy. Now, I wouldn't be doing like crazy amounts of cleaning in this. You don't want to like constantly be bending over, and you always want to make sure that you're holding on to them, because you know there's also a risk of them falling out if you're doing too much. But normal regular stuff, you can vacuum, sweep, you should be fine. Now I wouldn't like get on your hands and knees or anything and be scrubbing the floor with your baby or anything like that, but regular, just walking around the house, getting stuff, regular things, you can do. So this is the newborn hold. As you can see, she started to get completely content, and then she starts to falling asleep. I take this to the grocery store with me. It's my favorite thing to take to the grocery store with me. I feel like the other one that I take, she ends up getting kind of fussy. This is the only thing that I have found that at least her, my third baby, has really liked. And she likes to be close to me, and she just feels all nice and snug in there. But yeah, that is the Keababies Wrap, and like I said, most of the other wraps is the same concept. It really just depends on the fabric. I will have to say before I end this video, if I were to get another one I really want to try is the boba wrap. I have heard really good things about that one, and that it's a little bit more lightweight than this one, because living in Florida, this can get kind of hot wearing this fabric plus a baby on you. So that's just something to keep in mind. If you're looking for one that's a little bit more expensive, or you know, you don't mind spending the money and might want to have something a little bit more stretchier and thinner, I would go with the boba wrap or the Moby wrap. That's just from my research. I haven't actually used those, but for the price and everything, I really am enjoying this Keababies wrap. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and it helped you get to know wraps a little bit better and how to tie a newborn hold. If you guys have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you think about them, but so far my little one is loving it. I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.